The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. A little while ago, I described the actions, or perhaps better put, the inactions of this government as a digest of disappointments. And that was a culmination of a growing number of government failures to meet not my, but islanders' expectations on a range of things, from housing to healthcare to the exploding cost of living. I've learned an awful lot in my 7 years on this job, and one consistent principle that has guided me is that my primary role is as the representative of the people of District 17, New Haven Rocky Point. So much of the work that I do in this House is informed by concerns and conversations that originate on the farms, at the wharves, in the community halls, and in the stores in my district. For months now, the primary concern that I've heard in those places is that inflation is making it hard for islanders to simply get by from month to month. The absolute essentials, food, gas, and shelter, have skyrocketed in price. And what used to be a concern only of low-income islanders has spread to impact many middle-income families right across this province. Middle income no longer means feeling assured of comfort and security. It more often means financial anxiety and no wiggle room from month to month. It is, of course, true that we've endured a series of crises, health crises, economic crisis, environmental crises over the last few years, but it's not true to suggest that government is powerless to mitigate the impacts of these things. The complete absence of regulations in the housing market, for example, has exacerbated a global problem, made it far, far worse here on Prince Edward Island than it needed to be. And that was a choice of this government. The slow-motion response and insufficient investment in moving our province off fossil fuels leaves us vulnerable to global events and economic spasms and unprepared for the clean, green economy of the future. And that was a choice of this government. Not making programs like dental, heating supplements, food supports, legal aid accessible because of ridiculously low income thresholds to qualify for them leaves the people who most need these grants unable to access them. And that was a choice of this government. It's still unclear to me what the priorities of this administration actually are, but I can tell you that they sure aren't those of the vast number of struggling islanders that I speak to every day. This is the people's house, and they deserve a government that actually reflects their primary concerns. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.